What's up everybody and welcome back to another episode of Skyrim Special Edition Mods Weekly. If you guys have never seen this series before, basically what it's all about is I show you guys just some of the best mods to come out each and every week for Skyrim Special Edition. These are mods that really stood out in my eyes as being some of the better releases we've gotten over the past few weeks, and all around I think almost every mod on this list is worth a download. Now with all that being said, I do want to do something a little bit different in this video, so if you are a PS4 user, I encourage you to watch to the end of the video. Regardless, if you guys do enjoy the content, I really encourage you to consider subscribing, but with that, let's just jump right into it. So the first mod I do want to show you guys is the Apophysis Dragon Priest Mask. So do you guys remember those kind of rare, unique priest masks that you could find throughout Skyrim? They were kind of one of the rare collectibles that you did get an achievement for finding all of them, and all around they were pretty hard to find and relatively cool masks you put on your character. Well, what this mod is going to be focused on is making these masks look much more unique and much cooler than their original versions. So each one is now getting a much more, again, unique and totally different feel than some of the vanilla options you did have. The masks are definitely very distinguishable from what they were prior. I only show you 4 of the masks in this video, although it does again affect all the different masks added into the game. Honestly, before this mod, I really didn't think too highly of the priest mask. I was like, alright, that's kind of cool, but I wouldn't actually use that on my character. After installing this mod, I think there is actually definitely some real viability here, and I would definitely consider using a lot of these on my actual character because I think, again, they just look so cool, and there's a lot of little details added to the mask to make them really stand out from some of the other armors available. You can tell the mod author definitely took his time and gave each mask its own little personality and theme behind it, which I definitely like, and it definitely shows through a lot of these. All around, it's a very cool mod, and I definitely think it's worth a download. So do you feel like Skyforge Weapons weren't really on par with their kind of stats? They had a stat boost, but they looked almost identical to some of their steel counterparts, but they didn't really live up to the standard that their stats did boast. Well, then Skyforge Weapons is going to be for you. It basically makes it so all your new Skyforge weapons do look the part as well as actually act the part. They each get their own custom model and textures now, making them stand out a little bit more from just their normal steel weapons and feel a little bit more like powerful weapons, which they actually are. It does affect all the different weapons added in vanilla Skyrim. There's actually a totally separate mod for some of the shields, so if you were looking for that, it is out there. Unfortunately, this mod author actually said he doesn't support Xbox users, so this will never be available for Xbox, which again, I don't really like to see. It's an unfortunate reality, but we do have to respect it. All around, again, it's a very cool mod, a very cool replacer mod, making your game just feel a little bit better, which I definitely think is a good thing, and I would definitely download this. Next up, we have Beasts of Tamriel. So basically what this mod is going to add in is a ton of new monsters and different beasts into the leveled list of Skyrim. They're going to contribute 100 creatures to the game, and basically it's kind of hard to make a video on this mod. It really does deserve its own standalone video, which I'll probably make in the future, but regardless, you're going to have a wide range of different creatures and enemies to take on. Some of them are totally passive and neutral, so not everything out there is going to be trying to kill you, but regardless, it definitely increases the variety, and there's not many mods out there that actually do this. So in my eyes, it's pretty good to see that one of the few mods that does do it does have a pretty wide range of creatures available. One of the features I actually really liked about this mod was all the different were kind of creatures it did add in. So you had were mammoths, were elephants, were lions, were alligators, were sharks. So of course that being a cross between a werewolf and then whatever the other animal was. All around, it's a very cool mod. It's probably the definitive kind of creature adding mod. There is a few other options, but I think this is the most popular out of the bunch and definitely worth a download. Next up, we do have a quality world map by Chesco or Ice Penguin. So what this is going to do is overhaul the map available for Skyrim. There's actually a number of different variants of this mod. Obviously, I'm only going to link one of these in the description down below, but I'd recommend you look through his kind of mod page to see all the different ones. I'm using the Vivid one with roads, so basically it's going to make the map look a little bit vibrant and nicer and clearer, and on top of that, really highlight some of the roads so you could really see what paths you want to follow. There are a few other ones like paper ones, one that's just a classic map with roads. Again, there are a ton of different options to choose from, and all of them have pretty adequate images so you could really see what you're going to be getting when you install this mod. I personally really like the look of it. I think this is one of those like kind of must download mods in the essential list of mods you should download for Skyrim because it just simply is such a nice and cool improvement, and honestly it doesn't really take up much file size or impact your game in a massive way, changing anything, just making a nice small modification. Next up, we do have the Bosmer armor pack. So I actually made a full video on this earlier in the week. Basically, this mod's going to add in 4 different armors for to use in Skyrim Special Edition. Actually, all 4 of these armors are a part of Immersive Armor, so if you already have that mod on PC, you technically already have all these armors. But if you're on Xbox One and don't have access to Immersive Armors, this is a great mod to download to just get some of the armors from that mod. Oddly enough, this mod actually includes one of my favorite armors from Immersive Armors. Regardless, again, there are a bunch of different variants, so you're going to just have the normal Bosmer plain armor that's not going to really have much armor to it. Then you're going to have a reinforced version, which has like steel plating and looks a little bit more armory. Then an elder version, which is meant to be for higher level and higher tier characters. And then a wild hunt version, which kind of has skulls and just looks all around very badass. The mod also comes with a few different weapons for you to use, a bow and a few different swords. All around, it is extremely high quality. All these armors are again of the utmost quality. When you look close on them, you don't see any faults with the armors. This mod author has been making armors and weapons for a long time, and he is definitely renowned in the Skyrim community. If you are just looking for a very good armor mod to download, I definitely think this is what you're going to want to download. It is again very high quality, in my eyes one of the best options you have right now. So then we do have Recorder. So it's going to be one of the premier companion mods for Skyrim Special Edition. It is going to be a fully voiced female companion.
Where is that file? Ugh, that is the last time I'm writing the Chocobo. Damn thing messed my files up. Or did I leave them on the airship?
I did talk about this when I originally put this in 5 cool mods, but basically there are 3 major companion mods for Skyrim Special Edition, and this is going to be one of those 3, as just being kind of the top tier. The voicing is so well done. It does have a little backstory behind her, and frankly she is just very cool. If you're looking for a new follower mod and you do want kind of a at least moderately aesthetically pleasing woman mod, I definitely think this is the one you're going to want to download. Again, the voicing is pretty much top notch. Her voice sounds awesome and it syncs very well with her actual movements. She does have quite a few different lines, so when you're in combat and just doing different things, she's going to be saying different things, and it consistently is keeping you entertained, and I found this to be a very enjoyable companion mod to use. So last but not least, this is the mod I did want to show to PS4 users. Basically now in all these episodes, I just want to include a mod for PS4 users, because otherwise they probably don't get a segment or really any mods in this video. So the mod I do want to show you guys again is going to be Skyrim Is Windy. Basically it's going to make it so all the different signs, lampposts, and foliage will actually move with the wind now. Yes, this is a relatively small mod, but it actually is a minor tweak that I think ends up making a big difference when you're actually playing the game. It really does make it feel like during windy weather, things are changing, and as you see everything moving about, it makes you want to react to that weather in a certain way. That's gonna pretty much wrap it up for this episode of Skyrim Special Edition Mods Weekly. If you guys did watch to this point in the video, comment donut down below. With all that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed again, and I hope to see you all next time. Later.